Life for me as a child was very dark. I was searching for my dad, but he wasn't there. He robbed banks and went to prison when I was 6 months. And so I found myself looking for my family in the streets. So I became a gang member. As a teenager, I became pregnant with my first son. I was 16 years old when I had him. To me, life was good because I found somebody that I could love and that would love me unconditionally no matter what. But growing up, I still was involved in gangs, and I still was searching and looking for that person that I was missing all those years. But for the most part, I tried to be the best parent I knew how to be. But the only thing it led me to was hollering at them. So I went to my counseling. I tried to do everything I could to be a better mom, but it just wasn't enough for me. I got into cosmetology school at that point, me going to school with my hope. And when I failed, I just gave up and started selling drugs. Something inside my heart that I was missing, and the drugs didn't help it either. So I landed up in prison for I have a 5-year sentence, and I did 2 years. After I was released from prison, I was really straddling the fence trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. So I moved to Dallas with my sister into an organization called Anthem Strong Families. When I came to Anthem Strong Families, I went through the workshops. I was a participant at that time, and we went through this training called TYRO. So I quickly adapted to the TYRO curriculum, and it was great for me because it was the founder of it. He had been to prison, so a lot of things we had in common, so it made me want to be a part of that program and that process. There was a lot of different sessions that we went through in the program, but the one that stuck out to me the most was virtues, because it was replacing what you learned in your past, your old code of the streets, code that you live by when you're in the streets, different slang words that you say, and replacing that with something positive and new things that you learned about this new person that you want to be, this warrior that fought for their family and fought for their life. And all along, I thought when I was gangbanging in the streets, I was fighting for my family, but I wasn't fighting for my immediate family. I was fighting more for my family that was in the streets. So I had to replace some of those things with knowing that my family comes first, and I can also have family with my people that I know and I love and I treasure. Life for me right now is, I feel like when I first came to Anthem, that the people that at Anthem I was inside the wagon and they were pulling it. For me right now is I'm on the outside of the wagon pulling for the people that I can touch and reach from to help them have a better self and be a better person. I went through the program, I went through Anthem Strong Families programming, and now I am a case manager, fatherhood advocate, and a TYRO champion facilitator. And what I love most about being a case manager and a facilitator is I can tell them my story and walk beside them to help them be the best that they can be and have their story and be able to give their story and their testimony to somebody, so maybe one day it'll be able to help them. Before, as I was growing up and trying to become this person that I am, my life for me was black. It was black, and I didn't have any hope, and I didn't know what my future looked like. And right now, I still have bad days and good days, and I still know I have a lot of learning to go and a lot of growing to do, but it's more yellow right now because I'm at peace and I found my hope, and I just want to help people become better.